Hey everyone, my name is Matagi and I'm the Access and Equity Associate here at Utah Clean Energy. Today we're exploring the topic of equity. When I've had this conversation with other people, it's often miscategorized as being the same thing as equality. But in actuality, equity refers to fairness and justice, whereas equality is providing the same to all. And so really, equity is recognizing that we don't all start from the same place and must acknowledge and make adjustments for those imbalances. Another way to look at equity is that equity recognizes that each person has different circumstances and allocates the exact resources and opportunities needed to reach a more equal outcome. Why is it important to incorporate equity into our work? As we continue to explore the topic of equity, it's crucially important, particularly for us here at Utah Clean Energy, as we've committed to creating a future that ensures healthy, thriving communities for all, empowered and sustained by clean energy. We truly cannot begin to talk about mitigating climate change and addressing Utah's poor air quality without first addressing the need to nurture an inclusive environment that promotes diverse perspectives. And so, more importantly, listening and learning and collaborating with the voices of those most impacted by climate change. How does energy equity impact Salt Lake City's West Side? Energy equity directly impacts Salt Lake County's West Side communities as they're more vulnerable to several unique forms of pollution not experienced by other neighborhoods within the county. This includes emissions from the freeway, industrial pollution, indoor air pollution from our energy use, as well as the community's distinct location to the international airport, a freight rail line, and a natural gas power plant. In addition, many of Salt Lake County's low-income and BIPOC community members live in older housing that has inefficient heating and cooling systems, also having poorly ventilated fireplaces or stoves and minimal installations within their homes. If you didn't see our earlier reels about exploring equity, I encourage you to go back to previous posts for more on this very complex but certainly important issue. As you ask yourself, so what can we do? To better address these inequities, we must recognize it's a process and one that's ongoing. It's one that requires us to identify and overcome barriers arising from bias or systemic structures. We must provide opportunities to collectively learn and invest in clean energy infrastructure within our housing and our transportation. Lastly, if you aren't already, subscribe to our monthly Empower Salt Lake newsletters to find out ways you can help us build capacity in our underrepresented communities to mitigate these health and environmental impacts.